on. Okay. And okay, so that little box will pop up on your screen there, and you'll have to click the word "Got it," and that will clear it out of the way. And we'll begin shortly. And David Wagner, your screen is turned off, which again is your prerogative. If you want to keep it off, that's fine. But if you want to turn it on, bottom left of your screen, so that you click Start Video. All right, we'll begin seated in a chair. So this is our initial starting practice. This could be your whole practice in the morning before you're getting ready to go, is just scoot forward on a chair, sit at the front edge so that you're not back in your chair kind of slouched, right? So just by scooting forward and getting just the pelvis connecting to the chair down to the floor and your legs out over the floor, this gives you an opportunity to practice correct central upright posture, which is what we then take with us in our standing practice. Hands comfortably resting on your thighs. Try to loosen up anywhere that you're grabbing or holding onto the body. A very slight bow of the chin down to lengthen the crown up. It sort of draws us up a little bit, that gesture. And then we'll breathe in through the nose, out the mouth. And then again, in through the nose, out the mouth. Continue that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So again, if you take nothing else from the class today, if you can't remember any of the other movements that we do to practice later, if all you remember is this, that sitting with a good upright posture, breathing in, feeling all that muscular activity in the torso, toning, and then relaxing, the diaphragm moving inside of us here, which helps pump life force through the body. It helps pump our lymphatic system, which keeps us clean and healthy. That helps the immune system. In the nose, out the mouth. Just keep doing that a few more cycles. Then become aware, as you continue this breathing practice, of the ability to just release and relax any clenching or gripping in the tissue and muscles and nervous system. And you don't fall over, especially if you've got your central upright intact. When I relax, I don't just fall onto the ground or become a puddle. Instead, there's actually a buoyancy, a levity, a vitality that gets unlocked when we relax. So tension, stress, fear, anxiety, all of that causes a constriction or a tightening, a closing off of space and valves and pathways. And relaxation is the opposite of that. It's a sort of dilation, a plumping, right? Which is a great way to think of it. It's just as we relax, there's just kind of this plumping that happens. And as we have that relaxed, plump, spacious feeling, now our the movements can happen with less effort. So staying super relaxed and soft, just slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, open and lift the chest, lift the chin, arch the back a little bit. Then do the opposite. Slide your hands forward, past your knees, straightening the arms until they lock, and then hollow the chest and drop your head down. And then do the opposite. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades squeeze back, lift your chest, look up towards the sky. Look way up so that you're getting almost a back bend quality in the spine if you can. And then we go the opposite way. Sliding the hands forward, past the knees, hollow the chest, drop the chin, round. And then again, sliding the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, open across the chest, look up towards the sky. And then hands sliding forward, past the knees, hollow the chest and round. And again, sliding back, opening across the chest, look up, and slide. Take that twice more just on your own. Remember this idea of a healthy state of the body is a body that can change, that is not stuck in any position. So yes, there is sort of generic good posture, sort of an outside looking at someone and saying, oh, they have good posture. But there's a different element, which is, can that body change? Can you round? Can you arch? Can you move through the ranges of motion? And then let's now return back to that sort of generic good posture. Vertical, central line, shoulders relaxed. Now we rotate. Left hand, my right hand, your left hand, forward past the knee. Right hand and elbow pull back. Turn your shoulders, turn your head. Rotate. And switch. Slide. Left hand back, right hand forward, turning. Look over the shoulder. And we'll switch again. Turn. And switch. So what I just spent time describing, this idea of a body that can change, needs to go all the way to one side, all the way back across to the other side, and then all the way back. What we're also cultivating here is stability, right? You might not think that we're cultivating stability when we're doing so much movement or mobility, but it's how our bodies operate best is when we have total freedom of movement. Then we have an internal stable center or a stillness underneath or underlying. Let's come back to middle. Arms hang. Let yourself lean. Lift your left wrist up. Left foot empty. Reach right arm. Almost fall out of your chair, but don't. And then let's switch all the way across. Soft, 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 soft. Loose, 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 loose. Right wrist up. Loose and relaxed. Right? Right foot empty. Lean. And then we switch all the way across. So this healthy state of the body is a body that can move. Just flow back and forth. Flow back and forth. Stay relaxed. Stay easy. But be thorough. So those are two main concepts in Tai Chi, Qigong, and Taoist Chinese medicine sort of movement is soft, leisurely, and relaxed, but also thorough. Thorough. So we're not so relaxed that we don't do anything. So we're relaxed, but we're also going all the way to whatever the appropriate edge or range is for our body today, right? And that can change day to day, changes in the morning, in the evening. Now we're back to middle. Now, shoulders. Many people think of the shoulder as this place here. I want you to think of it as here, the shoulder blade, this bone that's on your back. So we shrug the shoulders up. And again, remember, it's this bone that's coming up and squishing all this muscle up where our neck and shoulders meet. So shrug those shoulders way up, way up, way up. All the way up. Good, David. And then, more importantly, melt down. Down further, all the way down so that your arms are totally released. And then shrug your shoulders up again. Up. Squish all that tension. This is sort of an exaggerated state of somebody who's really stressed out and tense. They're holding here, and then we just want to meltity, melt, 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 soft, soft, loose, relaxed, totally loose, right? And again, shrug way up. And out. Now, the shoulder blades also move apart from each other and towards each other. Apart from each other, that's known as protraction. So moving your shoulder blades apart, your chest has to hollow back a little bit. And then move your shoulder blades back towards each other like you're cracking a walnut between them, and your chest has to protrude or lift a little. And then protract. And retract. So now we put those first two things together for protract, lift, retract, lower. And remember that your shoulders are here in your back. So protract, lift, retract, down. Protract, lift, retract, squeeze them back, down. Protract, lift, retract, down. Now we reverse that. Retract, lift, protract, slide them down. Again, from the back side, it's squeeze shoulder blades together, lift them, spread the shoulder blades apart, lower them. Back, up, over top, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. One more. Now, we've loosened up some of this deep tension in here, right, by moving the area. Now we take that a step further, bring your legs together so they're kind of out of our way. Arms forward in front of your knees. Notice how I didn't lift my arms up. I did not do this. So it's this forward movement. Turn them so the back of the hands touch. Now open. and take the arms around and behind you a little bit, right? So we're here. Bring the arms in close to your body, and then lean forward from the hips a little bit and swing the arms forward, back of hands touching. Sweeping hands out, and then as you sweep them back, lean back a little bit from the hips and circle. And then lean forward, swing forward, open and lean back as you circle them around and bring them in. Take it a step further. So we lean forward and lift. Open, lean a little bit back, turn your palms forward and slide them down right next to your body. And then lean forward, swing arms forward, back of hands touching, and add the lift. And then leaning back as you open, turn the palms forward and slide them on down the back. And lean forward, swing, up. And then eventually we want this movement to be seamless. So it's this flow. Take it one step further. Forward and up. Keep going up as you open. So whatever the range you have in your shoulders and arms and chest and back today, find that path. We're closed. We stay closed. We lift. And then it's open. Feel that opening all through this space. Down. And then swinging together and lift and feel this closed state as distinguished from open. And down. Now, reversing the circle. So we lean a little bit back, hands go back and go out. Notice I did not lift my hands up. They just went out. Then lean forward as the hands sweep around, touch. Then swing them down, under, reach them out, around to the front as you lean forward. And then swing, under, lean back. We go out, around to the front, back. So we're practicing sung, soft, supple, pliable movement. Looseness. Let's go to the next level. Float up. Close. Bring the hands towards each other as you lean a little bit forward. And then just let the arms fall down through next to you. Open. Lift. Close. Down. Under. Open and lift. Close. Down. Under. Open and lift. Close. And finally, open and lift and keep lifting as you bring them over the top to close. And remember this rocking. Rock. 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 So we start to feel the unification of the body, unified or made whole by this soft relationships between the parts. Rather than held together with stiffness, it's this looseness that gives us this feeling of oneness or wholeness. And so, bend the elbows. Elbows flare out and up. Elbows down. Hands stay up. As the elbows come down, the hands should still be up here. And then bring the elbows together to touch. Touch the elbows together if you can. Down with the elbows. Out and up. Down with the elbows, around to touch. Down, out, up. Down, around, in. Now elbows back, straight back behind you. Back. Elbows down, forward. Many people get stuck here, and this is as far as you can go, but just know you can eventually go possibly further. Elbows pointing up to the sky. And then elbows forward, down, back. Elbows down, forward, up. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. And down, out. Palms facing the floor. Take your left hand higher, right hand lower, cross. Hug your own torso. Hug your own torso. And then release, go elbows out. Switch, right hand high, left hand low, cross. Hug your own torso. Open. Cross. Open. Open. Elbows down. Arms out in front, making a 90-degree angle. Turn your palms down, up, down, up. A couple more times, just getting this sort of greasing, lubricating this two-bone movement that happens in our forearm, pronate and supinate, as it's known. And then palms face up, hands apart. Notice how my elbows are staying in close to the torso, but my hands are getting way out here. The only way to accomplish this is to open here and here and here to unfold, and the shoulder blades kind of glue onto your back. So feel that gesture. And then the opposite of this, the hands come in. Now the elbows go out and around in front. So notice how far away my elbows are from my body. So David, you're sort of stuck like this. Out. Push those elbows out and around a little bit more. The only way to accomplish this is internal rotation, closing and folding. And then bring the elbows in to the body, hands out, unfolding, externally rotating, opening, and then hands in, elbows out and around, internally rotating and hollowing. We'll do this a few times. Remember what I described as a healthy body from a Taoist perspective, a body that changes. So again, what I see sometimes with this is people doing this. How much change is my body doing? None. Zero. Open, lift, and then close and hollow. Get this change, but get it through pushing that elbow around. So Marjan, that left elbow, you want to bring it around. Bring it around. The other elbow as well. Bring them around. There. That's the effort that's required here. And then reverse it. Elbows in, hands out. Let this opening quality go through the whole body. And then hands in, elbows out. Put some effort in this direction. This is a hollowing, a closing, a folding. It opens our back up. It frees up what's stuck in our shoulders. Let's do two more. Inhaling as you open. Exhale. Out. Inhale. So again, change has to happen. We have to change our shape in order to get the rust and stagnation out. And open. Now here, step your feet wider apart than your normal distance so that you feel a little bit of challenge just here in this position. Then we go left hand up, over top, the right hand stays right where it is, and we go to that right hand. The body has to somewhat lean and twist a little, and this left groin area has to release or open for us to get there. Then reverse, come back over the rainbow and get back to this starting position, the open position, and then go right hand up, over the rainbow and down to meet the left hand. And then up, all the way back. So again, change. That's as opposed to, let's say, just kind of going like this. No, we're reaching and arching and leaning and coming down. All right, and then we're reversing. Round, smooth movements, and then up, over, and lean and turn. And back. And just do a few more of these. All the way over. We're closing the upper while leaving the lower open. And then we're open in both bottom and top. And then we're closing to the left. And then opening from the left. Let's do this a few more times. Now, after you finish your next one, whatever it is, come back to this open position. Legs are still apart from each other, so there's some space here. Arms up. Bring them over the rainbow, cross one wrist above the other wrist. Turn your palms down and let the arms fall and separate. Cross your wrists again. Bring them up in front. Open to this position. So again, notice we've got open, unfolded, externally rotated. Then we're coming up, closing, turning palms down, arms fall between and separate. Now notice we've changed to folded, closed, internally rotated. And then we cross and lift, unfolding and opening and reverse. So it is a complicated movement that when you find the way through, loses that complication and just becomes as easy as pie, just smooth, relaxed. And the body is going through these folding, unfolding, opening, closing changes that are very healthy. Now, legs come back together, bring the arms close together. Hold on one second. Just had to mute everybody. Okay. Wrists. So bend your wrist. Bend them. Under. Forward. Point your fingers straight ahead. Turn. Fold. Make sure it's your wrist bending. So David, you're doing something that most people do. When I do this, you're doing this. You're bending your fingers. Notice that bending your wrist is different. There you go. So feel that joint, that wrist. And notice I'm not even bending my fingers. My fingers are staying straight, and I'm just moving all the way through this circle without ever bending my fingers. So find the wrist. And it's an example of what's happening with Parkinson's, but really with every human being, actually, at every stage, especially as we're aging, is we think we're doing something, but we're doing something else. We're not actually moving. The body-brain map starts to get very blurry and fuzzy. And so be very focused on, okay, wrist movement, so that when we're doing what we're doing, you're not mindless and sort of elsewhere, but you're right there. You're right in your body. So everyone has to practice this, but folks with Parkinson's more so, right? More mindfulness has to be applied. Now, let's go the other way. So we drop the hands. Notice again, it's at the wrist, and we scoop under, and then lay the hands out over top like you're offering something out in front of you. Turn the palms down, under, make sure it's the wrist, and over. Turn the palms, under, over. Turn, under, over. Turn, under. Now, hands up, spread fingers, gather fingers. Spread them wide, gather. Spread, gather. Spread. Now stay spread, soft claw. So you go from spread to a claw into a fist. And then release and spread. Claw into a fist. Spread. Fist. Spread. Now thumb touch pinky. 3 fingers touch thumb and pinky. Bend your wrist down. Bird beak. Unbend and open. Bend and go all 5 fingers to the bird beak. Back. Bird beak. Back. Bird beak. Back. Bird beak. And then relax. Scoot back in your chair. Take a nice comfortable seat. Lift your right knee up. Right heel pulled in, so this drawing in, and then push away. Draw in again, and then set that foot down. Other leg, draw the leg again. The knee is lifting and the heel is pulling in. It's kind of like a spring loading. And then we push, and then we reload down. Right leg, load and push. Load, set it down. Load, push, load, down. Load, push. Down. Now right leg straight, point foot, flex foot. Point, flex. Point, flex. And tilt the foot in, out, in, out. Tilt, 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 tilt. And circle around, out, and up. And reverse. And down. Other foot, point and flex. Point, flex. Point, flex. Invert, evert, or tilting the foot in a little, out a little. In, out. In, out. And circle all the way around. Reverse circle all the way around. And down. Once again, scoot all the way to the front edge of your chair, just where we started. Step a little bit wider than hip distance. Lift the toes off the floor, the heels stay touching. Now the heels become a pivot point. Turn the knees in, the toes in, closing the groin area. Then lift the toes, turn on those heels, open. Feel the quad or groin area open. Then lift the toes, come all the way in, close. Open all the way out. Close all the way in. The freedom of movement, keep going, at this joint helps with everything. So pelvis, spine, up all the way to the head, the whole torso, this whole area, when we are free, when there's space here, then we're able to retain our balance better. We're able to move better. So we got to keep this place greased and open and free to move. Now bring your feet back to hip distance. From that same space, fold. So now the legs aren't moving, but the pelvis is moving. And the rest of you is along for the ride. So you're just folding at this hip crease. And then unfolding from the hip crease. And then add to that leaning a little bit back. Right? And then up and fold. And then up and lean back. So we're just trying to, again, find that there's power in precision. Moving precisely from the right pivot places, from the right mechanics in the body. That's what gives us our functionality. And people can get away with it, with not doing it right for most of their life until either age or some sort of illness crops up. And then it becomes very apparent that we're not using our vehicle right. But what we're doing here is training, reclaiming this precision. Now, stay upright, and we're going to use this exact bit to stand up. Slide your feet back a little bit under. Now, the key relationship, the ankle is going to be basically the center of this seesaw. And right now, everything is on this side of the seesaw. So we've got to balance that out. So fold at your hips and get your shoulders, arms, and head in front of your ankles. And then standing up is a breeze. There's no effort required. I mean, there's a little effort required, but nothing compared to what we're normally trying to stand up with. And then keep that idea. We got to get our butt behind the ankles, and then the shoulders, arms, and head in front of the ankles. And then we can just fold at this space that I was just talking about. Find the chair with your buttocks and then lean back. The other piece to this is our body weight. Now there's none through the feet. When we fold and do this, now all our body weight spills down to the earth. And what we want to feel is as we stand up, we don't try and grab onto the body to keep ourselves upright. Do the exact opposite. Let go of everything. Relax completely and feel how your body weight, especially over time, gets through, gets down to the ground. So David, go ahead and stand up. Go ahead and stand up. Right, so the body weight is down through us, underneath us even, and what's left up here is what the Tai Chi folk call the state of Qingling, light and nimble and movable, right? So just the way that we could potentially move our hands freely, we want to feel that same freedom in the hips and legs. So let's just find this bit here. Little change of weight to the right leg, left leg, notice that's a little freer. And then change your weight to your left leg so that 100% is going down through this leg, and so this leg's a little freer. Change. So this soft, supple, and relaxed body allows us, like I was saying at the beginning of class, can yield for us balance. Most of the time we're thinking of balance as grab on and hope I don't fall, really hold. But that makes us more of a stone-like entity that can fall. Versus we relax, now we're like an octopus. Everything else is loose and our body weight is underneath us, giving us groundedness. So we're just finding this change of weight back and forth. We're keeping a sense of vertical uprightness. That doesn't mean it's something we're holding on to, but we're just keeping this idea that, yeah, there's a vertical realm, vertical sort of relationship to the earth. Now, come back to middle where your weight's going equally through both legs. And let's do our Tai Chi here. So first movement, rising hands. So it's as if you're painting a wall out in front of you with the back of your hand up. Then little wash over, and then it's as if you're painting that same wall with the tips of your fingers, and the arms go a little behind you. And then again, let's paint with the back of the hands up. Hands wash over, and then it's as if you're painting tips of the fingers. We're going to do this a few times. Each round is not the same as the round before it. It's not a repeating. It's a cleaning off of barnacles and stuck tissue. And it's a promoting of space. So that as you practice more and more, it should feel easier, lighter. And notice how nothing is really changing in when my arms go down, I'm not letting my body go down like this. Loose and free, loose and free. Now with this same quality, let's do the crane opening its wings. Hands in front. Big. And soft. Open. Close. I often say Tai Chi is the practice of gaining real estate. It's a matter of real estate. We're trying to find interior space that has been compressed, congested, stagnated, stuck, rigidified. So we're opening and then smoothing out the pathway all the way back. Now, wings. Turn your arms so your palms face up, bending just at the elbow joint. Fold the hands over and they come right in front. And then down. Let them fall through this space and completely release. Just let the arms hang completely. And then can you keep that feeling of softness as you wing out? So this round should have even less effort required. And then rotate. Turn your palms up. And it's just from this joint here, just this soft, easy fold. And then down, all the way completely released. And then it's this wing. So when we've winged out, we're opening up chest area. We roll, and we want to keep this area open as we just fold over top, right? Fold over top. And then down. One more. Wings, roll, fold. Now, back of hands towards each other. Keep the hands close to your body as you bring them up. This promotes an opening in all these spaces. And then hands float up, over, and out to the wing position. And then we just soft, all the way down. Loose. Then back of hands towards each other. Come straight up, close to your body. Rolling out over the top. Soft. Loose. Back of hands face each other. Up. Roll out and over top. One more. Closing. Lifting. Opening. Sink. Wings. Turn right palm up as it comes up over top. Left hand sweeps under. They make the top and bottom of a circle, right? A ball. And then come towards each other so that the hands touch even. Have them touch each other. But notice, so David, notice how what you did was you brought your top hand all the way down here. And what I want us to do is bottom hand rising and top hand lowering so they meet in the middle of that circle. So your bottom hand has to come up more to meet that top hand. So you're still down here, David. Bring your hands up here. Higher, 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 higher with your hands. There you go. So now the bottom hand drops down. So drop your bottom hand down at the same time you would have lifted your top hand up. So let's do just that movement a few times. Bring your top hand down at the same time that your bottom hand is rising up. Same time, simultaneous asymmetrical movement, very good. And then sinking and rising at the same time. So they're separating from each other. And then coming towards each other. So think of it like two magnets attracting and then two magnets repelling. One more, attract and repel. And then from the bottom, swing the left hand out like a wing. From the top, sweep out and over top at the same time. One out, the other out. And then turn left palm up. Bring it up over as the other hand sweeps under. Top of a ball, bottom of a ball. And then they got to come towards each other like two magnets attracting. And then repel. Let's repeat this portion. Just the magnet attract, magnet repel, attract, repel. Now go around the circle. Big round motion out. And then right hand over top, left hand under, and bring them towards each other. Then repel away from each other, and then around. And then one under, one over. So initially we start with connect the dots. We get to here. We make sure we get to here. We get to here again. And connect the dots. And then eventually you just polish those out so that we're hitting all the points, but it starts to have flow. You start to be able to go, wow. Right? So something that's difficult then becomes easy. That's what's fun about Tai Chi. And then down, under. Scoop, hands up. Pull elbows back behind you and turn your palms to face forward. Now, there's this position here we want to pay attention to. I'm not bending back like this. I'm also not straight like that. It's like right between those two. So this is the Tai Chi push. Whenever we're doing a Tai Chi push, we're not forcing our wrists like this. We're keeping this through line and then extending straight out in front. All the way. Then turn the hands and draw back towards your chest, elbows a little behind you, right? So allow for that space. Then turn and push all the way, and then turn and draw. Turn and push all the way. Get that full extension. Draw. Now turn just your left hand and push just your left hand. Then turn left hand to face your body, right hand faces away. One draw back, the other push. Then turn your right hand to face your body, turn your left hand to face ready for a push, and then one draw, one push. Then turn left hand to face body, right hand facing forward, and together. Asymmetrical movement that is connected. Connected how? Connected through you, through your center. So all these movements, especially when we just relax and are leisurely about it, but yet we're thorough. That combination of relaxed but thorough and precise, right, helps us find these mechanisms, helps us find our middle. Because I'm not forcing anything, right? Because I'm leisurely, but at the same time, I'm getting all the way to the ends. And so this middle pivot is starting to kickstart, starting to awaken, starting to jumpstart our middle pivot. Now, bring both hands back, softly down, down, down. Now, take your left hand behind your back, so we're not thinking about it, so we're taking it out of the play. Now, if that hurts you in any way, you can just let your left arm hang, but we want to just get it out of here for a moment so we learn this little movement series. So the right hand is dipped into the water, so it's hanging down. Change your weight to your left leg, turn from this middle pivot, and sweep your hand like you're just sweeping along the water that the hand is in. And then turn the hand around, and then shift into your right leg, turn from your middle pivot, and sweep the hand through the water. And then turn the hand around. Shift into the left leg, turn from your middle pivot, and sweep. This is the bear washing its paw in the stream. Turn the hand. Shift and turn and brush knee. Turn the hand. Shift and turn, sweep the leg. Shift and turn, brush knee. Looseness. Loose. All the way to the end. Shift and turn. Now, let your right hand be floating out here. Now you're going to cast the hand forward and then shift and turn. And so now we draw this big circle. Then bring that hand close to your body and brush knee. The hand is out. We cast it forward as you shift and turn, and it goes around a circle. So this is the bear swirling the stream. Brush the knee through. So you should be drawing a circle on the floor. Now, the bear swats the jumping fish. Turn your palm forward and float this right arm up. Make sure it's long, right? So we're not doing something like this. We're out here, big. And then keep that length as you shift and turn, and the big bear paw sweeping across all the way to the other side. Turn the palm down, let the arm fall, dipping into the water, and then it's shifting, turning, brushing knee. Float that arm by opening all the space, and then shift to the left leg, turn, the big old bear paw sweeping across, and then turn the palm down, let it fall into the water, and then shift and turn and brush knee, float, shift and turn and bear paw, sweep across. falls into the water. Shift and turn. Now, the bear swats the high jumping fish. So the arm floated up over top in a big sweeping circle and then let it fall down into the water. And again, brush knee. So that brush knee is sort of the constant. We float up, we shift into the left leg, turn from our middle pivot, reach across out to the side, down. And so the healthy body idea, it's changing. We're going all the way up, we're over, we're shifted into our left leg, we're turned to the left, and then we're shifting and turning back with the arm low. Right, this freedom of movement rather than being stuck. And finally, wing. Turn the palm up, fold the elbow, the hand falls right into the space. Remember this movement that we did, right? So fold. Now remember the push. Shift into your left, push, across. Full extension, so you should be pushing across you at this point now, David. So that way rather than this way. Yeah. And then let that hand fall into the water, but notice where my hand is. It's over here. I didn't let it fall across and go here. Stayed long, get it down into the water, and then shift and turn, brush knee, wing, roll the palm up and fold right into this little pocket. And then it's shift to the left, turn, and push across. Full extension of the arm without it pulling you off your center. Arm dips down into the water, it's still extended, and then it's shift, turn, brush knee, wing, roll, fold, shift, turn, push. Hand falls into the water. Stay long, 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 all the way, and then right? So again, we're doing the connect the dots feel, but as you get better at it, it'll start to just feel like you are water, which you are, right? In fact, not only are we water, we are space. There's more space in us than there is matter. So then that's what we want to cultivate. Now let's switch arms. Bring your left hand out. Sweep the leg. Turn the hand, brush the knee. So this is the bear just washing its paw. Shift to the right, turn and sweep the leg. Turn the hand, shift to your left, turn from your middle, brush knee. Let the hand go, let it get out there. So it creates a little elasticity, dynamic tension. Let it go, 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 go. And then shift and turn. Shift and turn. Now, brush knee, let that hand go out. Now you're going to cast the hand forward, shift and turn, draw a circle as if you're drawing a big circle on the floor, and then brush knee. So that's the inside of the circle. And then the hand goes along the outside of that circle. And then comes along the inside of that circle. And then goes around the outside. One more. Loose, relaxed body. Changeable body. Now the bear swats the fish. The hand floats up about chest height. Shift, turn. Left hand goes across, 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 and then it falls down into the water. And then we're shifting left, turning left, brushing knee, letting that soft quality allow for that buoyancy. And then it's shifting, turning, big old bear paw swats across the space, falls into the water. We're in our right leg, and then we're going shift to left leg, turn, brush knee, float the arm. Now we're ready to go shift to right leg, turn, sweep across, down into the water, ready to go, right? This is connect the dots. 1, 2, 3, and then connect the dots. Change the leg, turn, sweep across. Let's do two more. See if you can polish out those dots and make it seamless. Now the high jumping fish. Over top. Up. Big bear paw, reaching up. This one is very good at helping with balance. Again, not just because we're shifting, but especially here, we're reaching up. There's often a tendency to uproot ourselves. But when we relax more and more, we don't even lose one iota of groundedness. Even though I'm reaching as high as I possibly can, I'm still grounded. And then I'm just more grounded, I guess, as I come to it. Last one of these, high, reaching up, overturning. Then we're ready to turn back. Now finally, wing, roll palm up, fold. This hand falls right into this pocket, this space here. And then shift to your right leg, turn a little to the right, push, and extend, 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 extend. Dips down into the water. Then it's shift, turn, brush knee, wing, just like we did earlier, crane wing, roll, fold. And then shifting and turning and extend to the tips of the fingers and then dip down into the water. And then shift, turn, and brush knee, wing, connecting dots. And then eventually, when you feel pretty good with the connect dots, then you work on take the edge off and flow so that you actually feel buoyant and loose, free. It's fun. And wing, roll, fold, settle, 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 settle. Belly button here, hands here, and then that sort of scooping gesture. Soft, relaxed shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands. Knees soft, shoulders, neck. And let's take 5 breaths here, what's called middle embrace, where we're giving time for all the life force, energy, chi that we've just stimulated and activated to return to the battery, return to the reservoir. Mind clear. Couple more breaths. And we close the practice. One hand, again, here's the belly button. Place the center palm on that belly button. Other hand stacked on top. It's like a cork in the wine barrel. We're going to let it cultivate here. And then we close with grab, fold. Don't fold over here, fold here. And if you look at your hands, you got this little yin-yang looking symbol. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you know where your chair is when you try to sit down, and have a seat to just rest